Hi boys and girls, today I'm going to teach you how to do the cover of your travel journal for science. First thing you're going to need is your travel journal, and check to make sure that you are on the side that has the science content on it. So you're looking for those I wonder questions that are science based. Then you're going to need a piece of construction paper that's some sort of shade of brown. Once you get your piece of paper, we are going to tear off a section of this. We're not going to tear more than half of it off. So if here's my halfway point, I'm going to try to tear up here. So kind of watch as I do this. We're not using scissors. We kind of want this rough edge, and I go really slow to get it. You want this little texture of the paper. So just like that. So it didn't tear the entire thing off, left a bunch of space still up at the top for us to do something else on our travel journal. Once you have torn that section off, you're going to take your glue and you're going to glue down this piece. Try to get really close to those edges at the top so that they can stay down on your travel journal and not fly up. And then you're going to glue this down at the very bottom of your page and make sure you try to put it in the center of the page. All right, don't throw this away because you're going to need it a little bit later. All right, once you have divided it up or glued it down your paper, you're going to divide up this section to create different rock strata layers. So think about our module. We talked about different rock strata. I'm going to make it into 3 different pieces. So just like that, so in the thirds, 1, 2, 3. We're not making straight lines because if you think about those layers in the earth, they are not perfectly straight lines. They have all different types of sedimentary rocks that are making different levels of elevation on them. So for each of these different ones, we're going to do a different type of paint style in them. On the very top layer, we're going to write the name of this module, which is Exploring Diversity. Okay, the next 2 layers of your rock strata are going to be using different types of paint tools, not paint brushes, but we're going to use Q-tips today, and we're going to use cotton balls. So we're going to start the cotton ball section at the very, very bottom, so the very bottom layer, and you're going to use some paint. You're going to kind of tear apart your cotton ball a little bit. And then less paint is better for this. So I'm going to dab it in the white and just kind of dab it on here. And I'm going to dab all over this section. And so again, less paint works better. Okay, and then pick up my second color. So I'm going to add maybe some yellow next. Kind of dab, dab, dab. And then pick up your next color. Remember, less is better, so dab it off if you need to. You're trying to look for that texture, like a spongy texture. All right, and then my last color is this black. I'm not going to do as much black. I'm going to kind of try to dab a lot of that out. And I'm not going to press it all the way down. I'm going to barely touch the paper with it just so I can get a little bit of black on there. If you get a spot that's really heavy with a certain color, you can go back and add a different color on top of that and kind of tone it down a little bit. All right, so less is more in this case. So once you're done with that, you just kind of put it away. Now you're going to move to your second layer of rock strata. So remember, everything in this next layer is going to be a newer fossil if you found one inside of it. We're going to use a Q-tip for this. So we're going to take some paint on our Q-tip and we are going to make swirls. All right, once you're done with that color, you can pick up your second color and swirl it on top of that. Your colors will start to blend together. I'm going to try to cover up that brown line that I used to make my 3 different sections of my rock strata. Okay, and then you're going to pick up your third color. And I'm rushing through mine, so make sure when you do yours, take your time. And then pick up your last color. All right, remember you can go back and pick up some other colors if you need to kind of add some more details. Okay. All right, so now that I have my 2 rock layers completed, I'm gonna work on the sky part of my travel journal. So up here is gonna be above ground. So you've got 3 layers of rock strata. Layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3 is the title. Up here is gonna be all the things we talked about this module that had to deal with plants. And so you can make some different kinds of like artsy trees up there. If you're worried about this messing up, you could do your social studies side of your travel journal while this dries, and then you could come back and do this. So to make some more like artsy, whimsical trees, since I can't draw a very realistic tree, I'm just going to make a tree trunk. Don't tell Miss Myers that I'm making whimsical looking trees because they don't look realistic. And I'm using colored pencil for this part. So you're gonna go back and color them. Maybe I'll make a tree that has more than 1 leaf on it. It's got a couple leaves on it. All right, eventually you're gonna come back and color all these and add a background. So when you're doing a background, one thing you can think about is backgrounds are not just one color. You can start with the blue and lightly shade blue. And then to that blue, you can start to add some different colors. I like to add purples in mine. I think that yellows can be really pretty in there. Okay, and then when it's totally done, you're gonna have a really wonderful travel journal that looks like this. Could be an example of a finished one with the whimsical trees at the top. Or you could just do trees, just 3 little simple leaf looking trees. So with that little piece of paper that we had left over that we tore off, you're gonna create the last part of our module. Since we talked about plants, we talked about animals, and we talked about fossils and rock strata. We have our rock strata, we have our plants. We're gonna do a fossil made out of this piece of paper. So it's gonna be an image of an animal that has decayed over time. So you're gonna take and draw a fossil of your liking. So here's my little fossil. I'm going to cut him out. And when my travel journal is completely finished, then I can lay it down inside one of the rock strata layers. You can make more than one. You might want to put one up here, as many as you want, but you're just trying to create a fossil inside one of those rock layers. All right, good luck with your travel journal. I can't wait to see them.